President of Imani Center for Education and Energy Policy, Franklin Cudjoe, has called on Parliament and the Finance Ministry to be careful with EC spending plans for the 2024 elections. His call comes after the EC indicated it has lost 4 laptops. Franklin Cudjoe is questioning why the EC did not report the missing equipment to the police until an innocuous question at the parliamentary hearing revealed this fiction. Franklin Cudjoe says it suspects the move by the EC is a decoy to declare the remaining machines at the EC compromised and set a procurement opportunity to waste money the country doesn't have to purchase new machines. Well, I've been joined by Franklin Cudjoe, who is president of Imani Center for Education and Energy Policy, for a conversation on this. Grateful for your time, sir. But first, what has necessitated your call for Parliament and the Ministry of Finance to be vigilant of the EC spending for election 2024?
Well, good afternoon, Aisha. First of all, our name is Imani Center for Policy and Education. Even though we do energy, there's ASAP, our cousins as well. Well, look, it may sound outlandish for people who may not be new to the methods of these current EC people, right? Don't forget, these are the guys who, out of the blue, clandestinely took my whole constituency. You remember the South, Central Kofi, Afafu, Dikwe, Lolobi areas, just a day before the election, in fact, the night before the election, December 7th, 2020, the youngsters of the face of this earth, we never took part in the elections, and up to today, they've never said any official apology, right? They've never done that.
Right, Franklin Cudjoe is president of Imani Center for Policy and Education. Right, so he's back on. Go ahead.
As I was saying, before the main election itself, we had issues with the way they were going to procure the new machines. You recall we found out quite clearly that Ghana government had been investing in pre-existing biometric machines, and we had invested up to $60 million worth of Ghana's money in upgrading those machines, which were used to run the 2019 district elections and the 2016 elections perfectly, right? So we're upgrading. And we told them there was no need to spend close to $100 million in purchasing new machines. But they went ahead, rigged the procurement processes, and eventually went and bought those machines. Today, as we speak, the IMF has confirmed that the election spending was one of the reasons why the economy became the way it has become. So we want to prevent these EC people from coming up with phony ideas and what I call, smuggle ideas. And before you realize they are bringing us a bill, we have to pay for some new equipment. And I don't trust them one bit. I don't believe those equipment are ever lost. And if they indeed were lost, they would have been the first people to actually announce it or make official complaints. They claim their processes are watertight. They claim their security is watertight, and that it couldn't have been easily breached. And how come these machines were missing? Now they are telling us it's laptops. First they said it was biometric verification machines. In any case, the laptops are part of the biometric system anyway, so they cannot be, confusing themselves and confusing the public. So it's just a warning to Parliament and to the Ministry of Finance. First, for the money is not even going to be there for this outlandish should I call purchases. So that's the warning I'm actually giving to Ghana's Parliament and the Finance Ministry, because these guys, you can't put it past them at all. We've seen it before.
And those laptops do not contain any sensitive information. I mean, does this not change your stance? You still don't believe that there's nothing to worry about?
Look, the laptops are part of a system. They cannot be telling you the things they are telling you. Anytime these so-called commissioners communicate, they are so incoherent and they don't even make any sense. You claim that the laptops are not, they are just standalone laptops. How do you capture those images? How do you store that information, right? And if they were missing, did you report it to the police? How come you only reported it at a very, at a parliamentary inquiry meeting, which was not even for the public, right? We'll never have known. All I'm telling you is that these guys have a way of trying to set up the task system, and because elections are crucial issues, Before I realize, everybody is saying, oh, let's give the money to them. And they'll waste it. Apart from procuring through rigged methods as well. You forgot what they did the last election. They rigged the entire procurement process. And they know we are telling the truth. Because we found out quite clearly that they rigged the entire process. What did they even do? I remember 86 plus 13, they said it was 103 or something like that. One of the results that they came out with during the procurement process. So look, let's stop these guys from purchasing new machines. I'm telling you, it's a decoy. It's a decoy, and if we don't stop them in their tracks right now, they'll come up with another outlandish claim that, oh, the machines need to be upgraded. Before you see, they are giving us a bill to pay. We don't want to get... Yeah.
Go ahead, Mr. Cudjoe.
We don't want to... You see, the economy is already in trouble. We don't want any institution to come up, hold us hostage, and make it sound as though elections are so crucial. We are going to waste money. Look at how much money they wasted in this so-called regional collation centers. Didn't you have Harijan claiming those things were needless and useless, right? So let's watch their bill carefully. In fact, every bill they bring, we have to scrutinize it to the latter. This time, no room for wastage by any public institution. Sometimes we say politicians are actually, destroying the country by coming out with phony projects. But some of these bureaucrats are worse. Right? So I don't put...
How does Imani Ghana intend to ensure the Parliament and the Ministry of Finance check EC spending so that they spend prudently towards the 2024 elections?
Sorry, I missed the last question. Sorry.
I'm asking what the role of Imani Ghana is in ensuring that Parliament and the Ministry of Finance make sure that the EC spends prudently towards the 2024 elections. We
would work with them to ensure that the budget they bring to Parliament will scrutinize every bit of it. Every line item will be scrutinized and match against competitive prices. We have to do that carefully. Otherwise, these guys will hold us ransom and come out with outlandish bills, right? That's what I'm saying. They claimed during the presser yesterday that, oh, they didn't spend $150 million, as I was saying. If they only spent $139 million. They don't even understand arithmetic. If you threw away perfectly working biometric machines costing, which we've invested $60 million into, and went and procured another one for almost $70 million, and spent another money for running the elections and the register, that comes about $199 million. I even underestimated the figure. I'm telling you, these guys are not smarter than anybody at all, and we should never allow them to hold the country hostage by claiming that the elections are going to be very close, and it's going to be tension based. So we have to make sure it is foolproof. They should first of all tell us how these so-called laptops got missing, how many actually got missing, and how they got missing. If they have all these CCTVs, we should see exactly who took them. Or, they could even engineer these kinds of things. I don't trust these guys, so one bit. Because of what they did to my people at South. Aisha, you think it is serious? You think that this country would have been at peace if it was one of those contentious constituencies that for 4 years we didn't have representation? The road from Hawaii to my hometown is about 3 or 4 kilometers. They are like gullies. Nobody seems to have bothered our livelihoods at all. Yeah, I am shouting and helping this country at least to develop. But my own people have been disenfranchised because of a reckless act of some group of people who have never said sorry. Every constituency should be on the lookout because they could do it to you. They could definitely do it to you.
I'm grateful.
Didn't they come up recently? Let me make the last point. Didn't they come up recently with claims that they want to end the polls at 3 p.m. and that they will not use indelible ink? All of a sudden, they conjure very funny and silly things, and then when you confront them, they say, "Okay, now we agree." It doesn't make you any reasonable.
That has been dropped. The EC says it's not going to go on that tangent.
But that's the point I'm making. That's the exact point I'm making, Aisha. So they come up with outlandish claims, things that don't make sense. They pull it out of thin air, no science backing it. How do you even say you want to close polls at 3 p.m. and then you say you don't want to use indelible ink? When you know that there could be doom salt, there could be all kinds of things that could affect. I mean, these guys are not mission creep ready at all. Look at what they did with the last district election, right? All kinds. They waited until last minute. That's when they realized that the ballot papers were not printed. I mean, who organizes elections like this? They are the worst we've seen ever. Even military era like this would have been done.
I'm grateful for your time. Franklin Cudjoe is president of Imani Center for Policy and Education.